damn it. Got a message. Look at that, boys. Civic hatchback. $219. Pretty good deal. Dang. Oh shit. We got some stickers. Oh, awesome. We get some mounting hardware for our seats, and these ones look lower profile than the ones that come with the NRG, so that'll be nice. All right, for those of you that haven't figured out what's going on yet, I got a second bucket seat and some 1320 seat brackets, adapters for my Honda Civic Si 89, 8889, different than 9091. As you can see, I have another NRG on my driver's seat, but I still have the factory passenger seat, and I have just like a custom rail. It makes it sit pretty high. It uses the factory rail with some like extra metal on it, so I'm really hoping these bring me down a little bit. I'm not going to have any rails, and I'm very excited to get these started. One problem I definitely had with my current seat rails, I can't put the seat all the way down because the bolts I have are just a little bit too thick. But it looks like these guys kind of thought about that because these are nice Allen, super short stubby heads on the bolts. I don't know if you can really see that, so I'll make it easy. I will admit, these are packaged very, very well. The finish is really nice. They're painted black. These just came back in stock. I bought them the day they came back in stock. They've been out of stock for a while, and I've been waiting for them, but as you can see, I mean, from what I can understand, they kind of make them all the same. So this top part's the same, and then they weld these brackets on depending on how the car needs them. And it all looks really nice. The finish is very nice. It feels really good, and I'm actually kind of worried about scratching it. But the machine work looks really well. Looks really well done. So yeah, let's go ahead and get these installed. I'm hoping they fit pretty well. They look what I would expect them to look like with this guy here, and this guy a little bit higher up where the seatbelt goes. So, okay, time for the worst part of this, which is removing my factory mounted seat. You're not gonna be able to see any of this, but it's not fun to do. Okay, for those of you following at home, to get your factory seat mount out, this is not the same, but this is a factory bracket. Just gonna be 4 12mm bolts down there. It's really easy to get out. It's probably gonna be pretty heavy if it's the factory seat, which I have not removed on that side yet. But I just want to point something out, specifically about these NRG seats. If you're looking closely, you'll notice they're not the same. And there's actually more differences than you might think, and that you can really tell by looking at the camera. So this one here on the right has the 3, and this one has the 2. This one also has suede on the side, and this one's leather. That's the easiest way to tell them apart, and that's not their only difference. I would recommend getting this one. There are different model numbers. I'll have this model number, both model numbers on the screen. It's pretty much better in every way. It's a little bit longer here. I think it sits lower. The shoulder bolstering is better. The bolstering around your hip is also a little bit better. Unfortunately, I kind of like the way this one looks better. That's kind of why I bought it. I thought they were the same. I like this way better, so that's why I got it. But this one is actually the better seat. I would recommend it. If you guys have experience with either of these seats, let me know. Let me know your opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, but just wanted to let you guys know that these are not the same seat. Okay, honestly, this bracket went in here really easy. The holes didn't perfectly line up, but I didn't need to bend it or anything. They all went in there. I cinched it down. It's in there. Let's see if this seat is gonna go on easy or not. Okay, so we are back, and as you can see, it's many hours later, but both seats are installed. They look really good. They sit about the same. The passenger seat is much lower. I have the one with the 3 here in the driver's seat, and then the one with only 2 pads in the passenger seat. But I did run into one little problem. So as you can see, I still have one of the brackets sitting outside of the car. Like I said earlier, it is paint and it did scratch, but again, it doesn't really matter because it's underneath the seat and you're never gonna see it. But the problem that I ran into is I was trying to run my NRG seat just straight with the rails on the side, the little L brackets to this part here. This part's fine. Mounting it to this side was good. We got these slots here, plenty of room. I mean, there's this part in the middle that's not like bulgeable, but I only needed to go so far forward, so it doesn't matter. Then this side is where things get interesting. So you can see this bracket here that goes underneath the seat. This is like a weird 89 Civic thing. It blocks the majority of these 2 holes right here, and that pretty much eliminates the possibility for me to run this bracket with my seat with no slider and have it be in a comfortable position. So I'm going to demonstrate to you guys what exactly I'm talking about. Okay, so here on the passenger side, it's the same side to side. Mounted pretty much right in the middle of the bracket. So my bolt here is right in the middle of the back, and then the front bolt is in the middle of the front. And the passenger's sitting pretty far back. I'm a pretty tall guy, plenty of room. I got like 2 inches in between my head. I'm 6'2". And I'm pretty close to the edge of the door, back of the window. The seatbelt fits really good. But the problem with the driver's seat is that I need to sit a little bit more forward. I'm not exactly sure what it is, if I have the seat leaned too far back because I'm tall, something like that, but my knees hit the steering wheel if I was too far back, and like it was kind of hard to push my clutch foot in and hit the clutch. So I had to put my factory slider back in. So I have my slider, my custom bracket that I had before. I'm not sure down the road, I might end up going the route using the 1320 bracket and just like an aftermarket universal slider. But this is what I have for now. It's definitely not perfect, but it does work. This seat does sit a little bit taller. Let me see if I can show you guys that. Driver's seat, 1.5 inches, 2 inches taller. It's leaned a little bit differently, and it has the factory slider with my custom bracket, and then the 1320 bracket with no slider. You can actually see quite a big difference there. I think this seat is actually a little bit shorter by itself though, the one with the 2 pads versus the 3 pads. But I do prefer having more head pad, as again, being a taller person, it makes a little bit more sense for me to have it like that. Yeah, so now that everything's wrapped up, I guess I would say I would recommend these brackets. I think they were $180, $200 after shipping. And that's significantly cheaper than anything else on the market for an 88, 89 Civic hatchback. They're not the same as the CRX. They're not the same as the 9091 EG, EK, DC2, anything like that. So you kind of forced into one of like 3 options. There's the 1320 ones, there's Sparco ones, and there's some other ones, but literally all those other ones are $180 per side, where I would spend $180 for any of those other brackets. So the fact that I spent $180 and only got 1 bracket out of it is not really that big of a deal in this scenario. So yeah, I hope you guys found this helpful. There's not any videos on putting any brackets into these cars besides the Sparco ones and the planted ones. So yeah, if you want to buy my factory passenger seat, it's in really good condition, let me know. Peace. A little grimy down there. No tears though. I've never cleaned it that well, so it probably just needs to be cleaned.